Okay, before this video even gets started, I just want to say how hard I genuinely worked on this video, because I started editing this video in Hit Film Express 2017 version, and I had no problem with that version ever, and I really liked it, but I was like, okay, you know what, maybe I should update it, and I updated it, and at the same time I remembered, oh, in Hit Film you can't edit .mov files, so I had to convert all of my files because I used my phone to record this, and that was a multi-day process because you have to remember I work and I go to school, and then it took me about 3 days to fully edit this video once I got it into Hit Film Express. And when I exported it, I first exported it in 30 frames per second, and it was extremely choppy, and then I exported it in 60 frames per second, and it was the same exact quality, and it was just a nightmare for me. So now I am editing this video in Movie Maker, and I am hoping that it doesn't crash on me, and if it does, I'm going to have a conniption. So I'm probably going to invest in Sony Vegas soon or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, enjoy the video.
TheMagicalAnna here. Welcome back to my channel. I made a New Year's resolution to try and post more to this channel, and that's what I'm going to do. And if you can't tell by the title, a way I'm going to do that is by creating a new series. And I know all the past series we've had on this channel were gaming series or random polymer clay geeky tutorials, but this time I'm not moving away from gaming, but I am gonna turn this channel more into like an artsy channel. If you don't know what the title means, this is what the title means. This is called Create This Book by Moriah Elizabeth, and basically what it is, it's a book that she self-published herself, and it gives you prompts and things to do. And if you've never seen her series on this, I'll link it down below or in the iCard for you to find. And I not only have the first book, but I also have the second book. So I'm really excited because I'm hoping that these two things are, one, going to help benefit my art skills, and they're going to help bring more content to you guys, and we can try and shape this channel again and try to make it what it was originally, me posting almost every single week, instead of me posting 4 videos. I love living in an apartment complex. Let's get started. First, let me show you guys some stuff I got at Target literally 5 minutes ago. Since I moved, I can't really find many of my art supplies. Like, I'm missing a lot of them. I had a whole box of Crayola color pencils. Don't know what happened to them. When I say box, I mean I had over 100 shades of Crayola color pencils. Don't know where they are. They are missing. The only markers I have are watercolor markers, and that doesn't really help, especially with this book. Not saying I won't do watercolors, because I did get multimedia mixed paper. This was Moriah Elizabeth's tip, or one of her tips. She had many of her tips because it's her book, but one of her tips was to use different paper for certain medias, because in the book it does tell you what medias you can and cannot use. I will go over those in a minute, but I got mixed media paper because this way it's not too thick, it's not too thin, it should be good. I got some paint markers specifically for the cover of the book because I don't feel like using a paintbrush. Not saying I won't, but I don't feel like using a paintbrush for the cover. Because for the cover you can only use certain materials. We'll go over that as well. I got my first ever set of Prismacolor color pencils, which I'm really excited for. These were actually cheaper than I thought they would be. This is only a 12 pack and they were $10. So that was a lot cheaper to me than what I thought it was. It doesn't say the name of this specific pack, but here's the colors that came along with it. And I got something I've been seeing for a while. I've kind of been hesitant on buying it though, because I've never seen anyone use it, I've never seen anyone talk about it, but it's from Crayola. It is the Blender Markers by Crayola Signature. I didn't know Crayola had their own artist line, like it's a line of professional art materials, and it has 14 colors in it, and 2 colorless blenders in it, which makes me think that it's an alcohol-based marker, but I'm not sure, so we're gonna test it. If you want me to do a full review of this, let me know, leave your comments down below, and I gladly will. Keep in mind, I've never used Copics, I've never used chameleon markers, the only blending markers I've ever used was watercolor markers, and that's it. I grew up using Crayola markers and basically all Crayola art products, so this should be interesting. I'm really interested to see how this works. It doesn't say what the marker's base is, so it doesn't say if they're water markers or alcohol-based markers. It doesn't say, it just says they are blending markers, which makes me believe they are alcohol-based. We will find out. I'm excited. Let's get started. Now, I did know of Moriah Elizabeth before I knew about this book, and I watched her squishy videos. I'm not really into squishies, I just really like her squishy videos. In the polymer clay community, one of the first YouTubers I started watching was Nerdy Crafter, and Nerdy Crafter started a series on Create This Book Too. So I thought, that sounds cool, and I went to Moriah's channel and I actually watched her video on it, and I found it really interesting and I really liked it. And a lot of YouTubers like So Craftastic has also done this, and I don't know, I thought it'd be fun, and it's a good way to test myself. So here you sign your name, so let's start off with our name. I'll be right back, I forgot a pen. So I'm just gonna use my knockoff Micron pen. When I say knockoff, I mean I got this off of Wish, so it's a knockoff, but you would never know. So let's, by Moriah Elizabeth and The Magical Anna. So on this page here, it says, empty box, fill however you see it. I'm going to do this, not now, but a little bit, about this book. Each page in this book includes a prompt to inspire creativity. The goal is to turn this book into something completely unique and have a blast doing it. Be original, make each page special. Challenge yourself, embrace accidents and mistakes. Oh, that's cute. She made the S a little higher. Be adventurous, don't be afraid to get messy, and never doubt yourself and have fun. And the Be Adventurous is one of the reasons why I got new art supplies, because I love learning new skills and learning new art supplies. So that's why I know so many things. So for decorating the cover, it says right here, best materials used: permanent markers, let dry completely before touching to avoid smudging; acrylic paints and other decorative materials such as stickers, gems, scrapbook paper, and decorative tape; mixed results: colored pencils, may not be pigment enough for full coverage on the cover, and crayons. Avoid washable markers, prone to smudging, felt tip pens, and watercolor paint. For the interior of the book, we can use things such as pens, acrylic paint, pencils and colored pencils, crayons, chalk and charcoal, other decorative materials such as sticker, gems, scrapbook paper, so on and so forth. And then she says to use wet media. If you want to use wet media on certain pages, no problem. To prevent bleeding through the paper, use wet media on a separate piece of paper and glue your finished artwork into the book. Or glue a blank sheet of paper into the book first, trim the edges, and then create on top. You can even cut a window in the paper so you can still see the directions, which is really smart, and she did that a lot in her videos. Oh, number one thing though, it says to protect your artwork. Now, in a majority of her videos, she did that by applying a cover of packing tape to a lot of her pages. But for me, what I'm going to do, I'm back. I found it. Instead of using packing tape like she used, I'm going to try and use Mod Podge. This is Mod Podge Satin. And I really do like Mod Podge a lot to seal things in. So that's what I will be doing. Now, you just got to do light coats and not glob it on because it's paper. So, now the only real thing I could see myself protecting in this book is glitter and this. I don't see myself sealing any other page because I'm gonna try and do this correctly. So let's continue on. To begin, create this book. Fill in the stars as you complete each task. Customize the front cover, add stickers, tape, drawings, writing, etc. Add color and/or text to the spine and edges of the book. Make the title and the copyright page more interesting, and add personal touches to this page. Doodles, decorative borders. The thing that I'm not going to do on this page specifically is add color or text to the spine of the book. I might after I do the cover, I don't know. In her video, she did a rainbow all along the pages. And after that, I noticed everyone else did the same thing. And that's not me throwing shade. That's just, even in school, when you got textbooks and stuff and people colored on the edges with their highlighters and stuff being bored, that bothered the living crap out of me. So I don't like doing that myself. So we're gonna avoid doing that. Maybe add like swirlies to the side. We'll see after we do the front. So let's start, I guess. I'm excited. I've been dying to do this for a week. I think what I'm going to begin with is swatching the paint markers, and I believe this is the Target brand, Handmade Modern. I think I have their watercolor set, and I really do like that watercolor set. Target does actually have really good art supplies in my opinion. Unpopular opinion, but my opinion. Just know, it smells like paint. Oh, and then the last one. Oh, I thought that'd be lighter. There's our swatches. Alright, well, let's start the cover, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the ink splatter. And I think I'm going to do... I don't know. A lot of people did like rainbow splatter. I don't know what I want to do. Okay, well, I ended up deciding what I was gonna do. And if you notice better mic quality, that's because I broke out my Blue Yeti. Because the intro to this video was disgusting. And I decided not to be lazy. So better mic quality. I'm just really disappointed that I have to edit this in Movie Maker, guys, so you know. Anyways, on to what's on screen. I apologize for my big hand in the way. I kind of forgot how to YouTube for a minute. But I was testing out my brand new GorillaPod because I found out they sell GorillaPods at Target. So I was like, okay, But I decided what I was gonna do here. Oh look, see, I got a brain now. I moved the camera. I figured out what I was gonna do because I was like, okay, I really like this baby blue and I really like this mint. They're two of my favorite colors. And in my old room, my walls were actually a baby mint color. If you were watching my channel then, you may remember that. And I just kind of wanted to do like a mix of like new and old me. So these are like two of my all-time favorite colors. The mint is not necessarily one of my most favorite colors anymore, but it's still one of my top. Oh, look, I lost my brain again. Oh, and my brain's back. I don't even know what I'm doing. But you know, I'm not gonna do a voiceover for this whole thing, I don't think. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a mix of these two colors. And if I notice anything else while I'm editing, I guess I'll pop in and out. I don't know, I'm still trying to figure out how this is gonna work, guys, and I apologize if you think this video is really long. They're not all gonna be like this because this is the first video in this series, so I kind of had to explain the rules in a sense, kind of like how if you were watching my channels for The Sims, how I had to explain the rules of challenges before I did the challenges, and that would make the videos longer. I didn't make this video long for any other reason because I don't get enough views to make that much money. But you know, yeah. Also, you might think this doesn't make sense, but it's not my fault. Moriah did this. She made the color pencil a not color pencil. It looks like a regular pencil, but then there's a splat there, but I didn't want to make it a black spot. So I was like, okay, two other pretty colors. Also, I blocked out the and you part because I thought it'd be cute if I put my name instead of, you know, just the word you really bold. It kind of turns out ugly, the part that I blocked out, but I think I saved it in the end. Yeah. All right. What am I doing? Okay, so I think I'm done with the paint markers for now. I think it looks pretty good. The paint markers dry rather quickly. And now I think I'm going to experiment with the Prismacolors. I know in the book it said not to use color pencils on the cover for mixed reasons, but for one, I don't have a yellow paint marker, and I really don't want to use acrylic paints on this. So I'm gonna try and see what we can do here. Even though I literally just said I don't want to use acrylic paints on this, what do you think I'm gonna do later on? Also, I did notice a few differences between the color pencils. Though, you gotta keep in mind this is my first time working with Prismacolors, but the yellow I felt didn't do that bad on the cover. But you'll see in a little bit that I also use pink, purple, and blue on the cover. And for example, I'm using the pink right now. The pink was a little bit more splotchy, but then when I get to the purple is really splotchy. So I guess the pigments make it a little different, each one. So yeah. Oh, and I dropped the camera. We're good. Yeah, here I go. I'm breaking out the acrylic paints. After I literally just said I wasn't gonna do that. Whatever. It's late. It's almost midnight. I'm tired, guys. I want this video out. If you're wondering why for the next few clips I look like a speed demon, that's because this clip is sped up 20 times because this one clip was for some reason over an hour. What I was doing in an hour, I don't even know myself. So yeah, as you can see, I added a sticker holographic heart to it. I actually really do like holo. I'm not just saying that because, you know, Christine the holosexual queen, if you don't know, I really do like Christine and her content, but I mean, I think Hollow's pretty. Ooh, I completely am skipping over what I'm doing here. I put washi tape down, and at first I wasn't gonna do washi tape because everyone did it, but then I didn't want to do a solid border, and I looked in my drawer, I'm like, oh, do I have washi tape? I don't want to do rainbow. And I found, this is literally my favorite washi tape, and I completely forgot I had it. And I love it so much, so I was going around it with an X-Acto blade, and I was afraid I was gonna cut the cover. I didn't though, thankfully. But I really like how this turned out. I love it so much. And here I go with the color pencils, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but it looks a little splotchy. And it kind of fades. It does fade. I don't know if it was the Mod Podge that made it fade or if it just kind of came off, because it doesn't look that vibrant now, which is really confusing. I'm going back over the lettering here because, you know, it looked really bad after I went over it with the paint, so I'm fixing it here. And as you can see in the bottom, I did write my name with a metallic gold pen, marker, whatever you want to call it, and it looks like doo-doo. So, you know, that's great. It's really hard to keep up with the speed. Oh, there I am writing my name on the side, and I'm doing the pencil on the side, and more acrylic paint that I said I wasn't going to use. Yeah. And then here I go with the Mod Podge. Yeah. It's hard to keep up with this. Alright, back to the video, I guess. Okay. We finally finished the cover. That took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take. And here it is. I love how this turned out. It definitely exceeded my expectations with how I personally thought mine would turn out. The holographic heart, when I went over it with the Mod Podge, it did kind of get a little wonky, so I just put another one over it. But I love how this turned out. In person, in bright light, the blue and the mint don't really blend that well together. And obviously, those two colors don't blend at all. But you can't, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I really like it. And I knew the color pencils weren't gonna work very well because the instructions said not to use color pencils on the cover, but I don't listen. But I did like this kind of watercolor gradient thing, and I do like how it turned out. And I wasn't gonna use washi tape for the sides because everyone does that, but I'm really happy with how this turned out because this is one of my favorite washi tapes that I have. If you don't know what washi tape is, it's like a masking tape for crafting, but it's mainly used for scrapbooking and stationery work. But I really like how this turned out, and yeah. And then here's the side. I kind of messed up the paint, but I'm too lazy to fix it, so you know. If you're wondering why I keep looking up and not at the camera, it's because I have a mirror so I can see my camera view. I should look here and not at myself. I'm narcissistic, what can I say? So yeah, we have to do the back though. I kind of don't want to do the back on camera because it's not going to be much. It's just going to be brown, some color. Like, it's not going to be much. It's not going to be like this was a process. The back is not going to be a process. So yeah, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys really enjoy this, and if you want to see more from it, let me know. Also, real question, do you guys want to see a review on this? If so, leave a comment down below. Really want to test it out. If you're excited to see more of this, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be notified when I upload, and stay connected with me on my community page. If you didn't know, I have the community page, and if you would like to see posts from me that you necessarily won't see anywhere else, stay updated there. Or if you want to see my day-to-day activity, follow me on Instagram. And if you just want to follow me for random BS, follow me on Twitter. If you're new to my channel, thank you for watching. If you're from Moriah's channel, thank you for giving my video a shot. I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you guys. And still no clue how to end these videos since I changed my name. We will figure it out together in 2019. I hope you all enjoyed.